Richard is here to talk movies, and you were
We were just talking Super Bowl.
We were talking Super Bowl because you ended your weekend on the high note of the Super Bowl after what was not a high note in
Wasn't
theaters.
such a high note in theaters, no. Well, you'd think America would be getting tired of this ride, but after 3 weeks, nope, Ride Along is still #1, but it was the Super Bowl weekend and nobody thought much about movies. The film took in just $12.3 million, while Frozen added a sing-along and took in $9.3 million for second place. The week's new releases were barely a blip in theaters. That Awkward Moments $9 million was good enough for third. Way down in seventh place was Labor Day with only $5.3 million. The mushy and witless Labor Day is so chock full of bad romance novel cliches, it seems the script was cobbled together in the discount paperback section at a Fabio convention. Their hands touch as they make pie together. Beads of sweat drip down her heaving bosom. He repairs the car, the house, and her other equipment. Kate Winslet plays a woman who escaped murderer Josh Brolin kidnaps at the grocery store and forces her to put him up at her house. Yes, this Stockholm Syndrome script that takes place over the long Labor Day weekend even includes scenes of the convicted felon teaching the woman's son to play baseball. Winslet doesn't really change her expression through the whole movie. She looks worried. Or are her shoes too tight? Maybe it's just bad gas. Brolin is too nice, too perfect, and too good a cook. Oh, he's perfect. Except for that little matter about being a convicted killer and the whole, kidnapping thing. Never mind the contrived ending. If you make it that far, you've been in labor too long. How long was I in labor? The whole weekend. Still feeling the pain. 2.5 stars out of 5. You know when you're with someone and they have a booger hanging out of their nose for like 15 minutes, but you don't know them well enough to tell them? Awkward. Or that casual acquaintance you run into 15 years later and you can't remember their name, but they remember everything about you? Awkward. Or in a crowded elevator and there's a lingering fart in the air? Awkward. Those are all less awkward than That Awkward Moment. It's got awkward acting, a tired, crass, immature, shop-worn plot, and too many cutesy, smug, and ultimately unlikable characters. By the end, it's interminable irritation. I'd rather have the booger. 2 stars out of 5. For my reviews, a look at this week's DVD and Blu-ray releases and more, you can head over to my website, BobRichardsMovieReviews.com, or link to it